Peace, everybody. Thank you for being here. Yeah, you guys like this picture? Somebody made this in the Discord. This is the perfect caricature of myself. A tractor riding, Bible thumping, cryptocurrency trading, Market Cipher shilling, Bitcoin holding, power lifting kind of guy, if you know what I'm saying. May you all be blessed in the name of Yeshua the Messiah. We have a lot to talk about today. I want to do some quick market analysis. Then I want to get into this other topic of how to succeed as a trader. Sometimes it's easy to lose sight of the basics, so stay tuned. Shout out to Joshua for making this picture. You know what? Yeah, bro, you can get the course for free for making this picture. In fact, if anybody can make a picture like this, and if it tickles my fancy, then yeah, I'll give you the course for free. It has to tickle, though. All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Wednesday morning. The chickens are chicken. The gardens are blossoming. Everything is kosher, Baruch Hashem. Praise the Lord. May you all be blessed in the name of Yeshua, Jesus the Messiah, the creator of the heavens and the earth. Guys, as usual, if this live stream can get 3,000 likes, wow, I will give away 0.1 BTC live on this stream. That's a tall order, I know. We only have 300 people in the live stream right now. In fact, let me just make sure before I turn my screen on, let me just make sure that everything is cool. Yes, everything is cool. Everything is cool. All right, guys, so let us get into this. Boom. There we go. Officially live. Okay, guys, let's talk about the Bitcoin price action right now because there's a lot of things going on. Somebody in the chat just mentioned that there was a 4-hour blood diamond. Let's check that out real quick. I see a regular diamond. I don't see a blood diamond. I see a regular old diamond. Okay, so quickly, let me just go over the Bitcoin price action, the Ethereum price action. Then I want to get into the topic of this live stream. Again, guys, make sure to FOMO into the like button because I really do want to give away the 0.1 BTC. I know it's a tall order, 3,000 likes during a stream, but we can do it. We can do it. All right, y'all. So as many of you know, I have basically been trading Bitcoin in this range right here for the past 2 weeks. In fact, if you are following along with me on these live streams or in the private Discord, I shorted here, I longed here, I shorted here, and then I longed here. And these have been my swing trades. Now, right now, I don't see anything too alarming about Bitcoin until we come down and we lose this level of support. Just to zoom out and put things into proper perspective, until we actually lose this support right here, then we are still perfectly trading within this range right here. You can see that we came up from the support and we got a rejection off this point of control right here. This is actually not uncommon. We saw that same thing happen back here where we rejected off this point of control, which I'm not sure if this was a point of control back in these days, but we rejected off this exact level, and we came down pretty close to the support before we came back up to the top of the range. So it wouldn't surprise me if we come up, we get the rejection, and then we come back up to this area here. Now, there's a lot of other things that could happen, obviously, but right now I think that this is a scenario that could very well play out. Currently, as far as the trades go, I'm currently long on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Both of these trades are doing very well. The Bitcoin long from the support right here, guys, from this support right here, is currently up 46%. The Ethereum long is up 219%. And then I'm also in another Ethereum long here on MARGEX that's up 147%. I'm also in an EOS trade that's up 787%. Now, just so you guys know, when I'm trading on MARGEX, I've been tempted to use higher leverage because MARGEX tempts you to use higher leverage. That's just kind of how they do it. They every time you refresh the screen, they automatically put it back on. They put it back on 60x, and so I've been kind of using that higher leverage. That's why these percentages are so high, and I've been like experimenting with it. This is not my real trading account. This is kind of like a gambling account for me. Full disclosure, these trades over here are my actual trades that I am taking seriously, and this is more for fun. So with the Bitcoin, these are the levels that I'm trading. If we go to the daily time frame, and if I turn off the volume indicator, these are the levels that I am using to trade. Now, these are support and resistance levels that I have drawn using my eye, using volume, and using Fibonacci retracement levels. And the way I trade is I usually don't look to trade a breakout. I usually don't look to trade a breakdown. What I prefer to do is I like to wait until price comes up to a resistance and then look for a short, and then wait until price comes down to a support and then look for a long. That's because I find that if we wait for price to come to one of these key levels, we're very likely to have a reaction, and that reaction is much more predictable than trying to trade the break of resistance, let's say. Because if we had tried to trade these breakouts 3 days in a row, they would not have gone very well. And on the other side of that Bitcoin, if we had tried to trade these breakdowns every day, they would not have gone too well either. So you'll probably find, if you focus on drawing these levels of support and resistance and longing the supports and shorting the resistances, that you will have success as far as your swing trades go, because we can just look back historically and see whenever we come to one of these levels, pretty much since the end of February, the 21st of February, we come to the resistance and we can short it. We come to the support and we can long it. We come to a resistance and we can short it. Of course, you need to use Market Cipher or whatever indicators you use, if you even use indicators. I prefer to use Market Cipher because I find it to be a very, very accurate indicator to give me confluence, showing me What is the price actually going to react in the way that I want? So for right now, people were very concerned when Bitcoin started dumping last night, and now people are excited that Bitcoin is pumping. These are great opportunities to enter scalp trades, but as far as the swing trades go, and I do like to swing trade the most, these levels right here that I have marked out are the levels that I am looking at in the immediate short term, the next few days, the next week. If we come up and we break above 59,000 and we're actually able to close above this level, then we'll probably hit the $61.1 thousand level. And if we're able to break above this, we'll come up here to 63.5. And honestly, guys, if we do break above this level, then I am expecting us to hit a new all-time high. If we do drop below this major support right here, then we're probably going to come down and test this 51.6 level, and if we lose that, then lower levels. Of course, we also need to keep in mind the Elliott wave that a lot of people have been doing, where we have our 5 waves up and then looking for the an A, B, C correction. Very well could happen. In fact, I would not be surprised if we come up to this level 61.1 and then we have a correction coming down to $43,000 or potentially even lower. It's just a possibility. I'm definitely going to be looking for shorts. 100% I am going to be looking for a short if we come up to the 61.1 level. Just because this is such a strong resistance, we can see that it was our resistance for 3 days in a row right here, and then it was our resistance for 3 days in a row right here. So we have almost a week of that level being a strong resistance. If we do make it all the way up to here, definitely be looking for a short, guys. This is a high volume node and a daily level of support and resistance. So let's talk about Ethereum, because Ethereum, this is not the Ethereum chart that I want. This is the Ethereum chart that I want. Ethereum right now is doing quite well, I would say, because we're getting on the 30-minute time frame. You can see that we're getting the upward momentum on Market Cipher B coming up. Let's go to the daily time frame. Take a look. The daily time frame is once again looking bullish, because the red dot that we got on Market Cipher B is actually the VWAP is starting to curve back to the upside. It looks like we're about to print another green dot right here on Market Cipher B, which will give us another push to the upside. Now, this is my target for Ethereum right now, 45.23. The reason this is my target is because I'm using Fibonacci extension levels to obtain these targets, and we can see that these levels are very respected. They're very respected by the Ethereum price. We came up to this target and we found perfect support. Then up here again, we found our perfect resistance and support. These levels, we can see price finds a sticking point at these levels. And the way I obtain these levels, if you don't know, is I took this tool right here called the Fibonacci trend-based Fib extension, and I took it from a swing low down here, I'm pretty sure, to this swing high. Was it this one? And then down. Nope, that was not the one I used. Let me see if I still have it on my object tree here. I don't. I do not. Sorry, y'all, but let me see. This was not the one either. I forget where I pulled it from, but these targets have been very accurate along the way. They've been very accurate along the way, and I'm not sure exactly where I pulled this fib from. I need to find out. But as you can see, these levels have been respected. They have been respected. So this is the next target that I'm looking for. And this right here, yesterday, I added to my Ethereum long right here Unfortunately, I missed this opportunity to enter right here when we were getting a bounce off the 618 Fibonacci level. So I waited until we were above this resistance, reclaimed as support. Ended up dumping down a little bit after I entered, but right now we're still looking pretty good. The 4-hour we can see is printing the red dot, but I think just by looking at the lower time frames, like the 2-hour, we can see that the momentum is coming back upwards. It looks like we're going to get another push to the upside. It looks like this was just, maybe you could say, a bull flag or something. And I really do think we're going to see Ethereum hitting this target very soon. That's just me. Look at the 1-hour time frame. The 1-hour time frame, the VWAP came down. It looks like we're very soon are about to print a green dot right here. If we go to the 30-minute time frame, we can see that we are about to print this green dot right here, which will give us a nice direction to the upside. Yes. We are now actually printing the green dot on the 30-minute time frame. So, this is what I'm thinking as far as Ethereum and Bitcoin goes for the trades that I'm currently in right now. And what I want to do now is I want to talk about 7 things that you need to do if you want to be a profitable trader. If you're new to trading, if you're newer to trading, if you're looking to get into trading cryptocurrency, because you see it as a great opportunity to make money, then I think you should definitely stick around to the end of the stream. Shout out to Aaron Pohl, who says, once Bitcoin rips, will Ethereum continue or take a back seat? I think Ethereum will probably either still continue upward as a, but not as fast, because once Bitcoin starts pumping, people lose, they start to move their altcoins back into Bitcoin to try and ride the wave. But I don't think Ethereum will dip. I think it will move up at a slower pace than the Bitcoin will, because usually when Bitcoin's leading the way, Ethereum follows behind. Now that Bitcoin has been trading sideways for quite some time, Ethereum has the spotlight. That's just what I think. Yeah. Okay, I'll take a quick look at Binance Coin, and then we'll get into the topic of this video today. Let me take a quick look at Binance Coin, guys, because as you know, I am long on Binance. I'm in a long-term trade with this. I'm not just like long overnight, but let's go to the daily time frame. Yeah, so these are my targets for the Binance trade that I'm in. So I entered before the breakout here, and my third take profit is up here at $738.31, exactly that target right here. Unfortunately, we have been unable to break above this resistance, this take profit to resistance. So yes, that's Binance Coin. All right, so let's get into this here. 5 things it should be 7 things. 7 things I wish I knew before I started trading, or not even 7 things I wish I knew, but 7 things that you should do if you want to be a profitable trader. I know this is super basic, but a number of people have been asking me to do a video like this, and I want to do it because it's important, and a lot of times I forget that there's a lot of new people watching these videos, and sometimes we need to go back to the basics. So if you want to be successful trading, if you want to be a profitable trader, it's important to take a look at what lies before you. Trading is something that can give you the freedom that you desire in order to be autonomous, self-sufficient. Imagine being able to generate wealth and income without having to have a boss, without having to have hours, without having to be strapped down to a specific location. Imagine being able to generate income on a consistent basis without having to be tied down by any other thing. It's a very freeing feeling. It's a very freeing proposition that lies before us. And people oftentimes, they get wrapped up with this ideal scenario that they have, this glamorized vision of being a trader, and they rush into it too soon without getting these things down. And I was definitely guilty of that when I first started to get into trading. I did the opposite. I basically did the opposite of all these things right here. I did the opposite of all these things. The first thing you need to do if you want to be a successful trader is you need to learn technical analysis first, parenthesis, LOL, and parenthesis. Shout out to XVodka23. Yeah, Bitcoin printed the red dot on the monthly, bro. It could be good or bad. We'll have to wait and see. I know this seems silly, right? Silly, is that an appropriate word to say you need to learn TA first? But when I first got into trading, I decided that I wasn't actually going to take the time to learn technical analysis. I was just going to look at the charts and kind of use my intuition to enter and exit trades. And the worst part about that is I find a lot of times when I talk to people, myself included, if we're going to use our intuition, a lot of times we're going to have success in the beginning. I remember very clearly when I actually first began trading, the first trade I took was a FOMO trade. I FOMO'd into this giant green candlestick because at the time I didn't use purple and blue. I used green and red, unfortunately. And I actually won. It was a really good trade for me. I didn't know anything about technical analysis. I saw this giant candle just pumping, and I'm like, let me go long. I went long. Turns out I made a decent amount of money, and I put a lot of money on the trade too, guys. And that happened to me actually a number of times where I was winning these trades. I was just waiting for, a giant candle to start printing, and then I'd like get in real quick. I'd get out real quick, and I was making money. And I thought, oh, I got this down. Well, it didn't take long before I started losing tons of money. And not only did I lose the money that I had made from those first trades, but I lost money that was in my trading account. I ended up losing lots of money trading that way. And unfortunately, it took me a long time to realize this. I actually need to learn technical analysis. I need to actually learn how to do this. People forget that trading is a skill. If you want to do this, you need to learn the skill. You wouldn't become a brain surgeon without going to school for 12 years at least and learning the skill of how to cut someone's brain open. Otherwise, you might lose more money than what you're making, right? So it's very important that you learn technical analysis. And in my opinion, the best way to do this is to take a course. Okay, it doesn't have to be my course. Obviously, I do have a course here. There's a link in the description of the video. Okay, and this course is the course that I wish I had when I started trading because it goes through everything in order the way I wish I had learned it. And it's teaching you to trade the way I trade. But it doesn't have to be my course. Does not have to be my course. Any course that can teach you technical analysis, it's important that you go through it. It's important that you learn it because you're going to find if you start to trade without learning TA first, you're going to have to go back and you're going to have to relearn things that you should have known before you got into trading. It will save you time and money if you just invest in yourself, invest in learning this skill, and take a trading course. In fact, I will drop a discount code in the chat right now for this trading course. This will show you how to create a strategy. Basically, everything you need to do on this list, this course will help you do. And let me just drop a discount in the chat for y'all. Yeah, right here. I have to delete this. Yesterday we were having a promotion, but it is no longer valid here. So I'll drop this in the chat. Can I even find the chat? Yeah, I can find it. Awesome. Yeah, go to jasoncaspertrading.com and check out this. Use this discount code to get 10% off. And guys, FOMO into the like button because, like I say, if we can get this up to 3,000 likes, I will give away 0.1 BTC. I don't know if that's possible, but I do have high hopes. Shout out to everybody who's currently taking the course. Shout out to Jonathan Shepard, who highly recommends the course. The Harrison clan wants to know the special occasion. It's a private matter. It's a private matter. Shout out to Davo, who says that's exactly what happened to me. Yes, it happens. It happens. And Jerry RC310R says that there's a blood diamond on the 4 hour. Let's see if there's a blood diamond on the 4 hour. I checked that before and I didn't see it. Now I see it. Now I do see it. Okay. Well, that is a little bit concerning, guys, because as we can see very clearly, Market Cipher B on the 4 hour is coming down. If this red dot confirms here, you know, I could definitely see us coming down a lot more. But like I said, these are the levels I'm trading, and so whatever happens, I'm not too concerned. I'm just going to stick to my plan. I'm going to stick to my plan because usually the plan works out well. The second thing you need to do if you want to be a successful trader is you need to have a trading strategy. This kind of goes hand in hand with having a plan, but having a strategy is different than having a plan. Having a strategy means you're going to have a certain set of rules that you create for yourself before you enter a trade. And if those rules, if that criteria is not met, then you will not enter a trade. Let's say that you're trading using Market Cipher, one of the strategies that I talk about in my videos. If you come to my YouTube channel, you click on playlists, and you go to Market Cipher tutorials, I basically lay out, first of all, how to create a strategy using Market Cipher, and then I go over different strategies that you can actually trade with and be profitable with using Market Cipher. And by the way, if you don't have Market Cipher and you do want it, there is a 5% discount code in the description of this video. But what having a strategy does is it gives you a very clear-cut way to enter a trade so that you don't FOMO into a trade. It's very important. You don't want to just enter a trade because you see a candle going up or you see a candle going down. Instead, you want to have a predetermined set of rules that you must follow before entering into a trade. And you need to come up with this on your own. The reason it's so important is because if you have a strategy, not only can it keep your head clear where you know, okay, I'm not going to enter a trade unless I see this, this, and this happen. You don't have to be constantly stressing, should I enter, should I not, should I enter, should I not. You already know when you should enter and when you should not. The second great thing about having a strategy is you are able to backtest that strategy to see if it was successful in the past. Okay, and I'm going to get into that more later about backtesting your strategy. But one of the strategies that I use, for example, the 4-hour, 24-minute strategy that I use with Market Cipher, this gives me very clear points when to enter a trade, when not to enter a trade, and I can go back in time on the chart, and I can go to the 4-hour time frame, and I can go to the 24-minute time frame, and I can see, okay, let me find out if this strategy worked in the past. And you can create your own strategy. You can use one of my strategies. You can use somebody else's strategy. It doesn't matter. You just need to have one. That's a great starting point, having a strategy. Now right here, you can see that we were getting a green wave on the 4-hour time frame. Let's see if the 4-hour, 24-minute strategy worked here. How would we back test that? Well, what we do is we wait for the 4-hour to print that green dot. Then we wait for the 24-minute to either give us a money flow crossover or a green trigger wave on Market Cipher B. We see that our criteria is met right here, and we would enter that trade right here. which would be this candlestick right here. And this would have been a very nice trade for us. This would have been a very nice trade. As you can see, we would have made a nice 3%. If that was 3x leverage, a nice 9%. And you can take this strategy, and again, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, check out this video right here, 424 Market Cipher Trading Strategy, Win Every Trade Step-by-Step Guide. If that title doesn't grab you in by the heartstrings, I don't know what would. Check it out, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And you will be able to now backtest this strategy in the past so that you can have confidence in the strategy, knowing, okay, this is profitable over time. This is profitable over time. And of course, you can have multiple strategies, but if you're new, you need to have a strategy. And then that leads me to the next point, which is have a plan. You need to have a plan when you enter a trade. If you enter a trade without a plan, you will lose money, 100% guaranteed. What do I mean by a plan? I mean, you need to have an entry in mind. Okay? You need to have a stop loss in mind. You need to have take profits in mind. You need to have a plan as to what would invalidate this trade, what would make you get out of this trade. The reason why it's so important to have a plan before you enter a trade, okay? This means, let me type this out. You need to have your entry. You need to have your exit. You need to have your stop loss. You need to have your take profit levels already predetermined before you enter the trade. The reason is because trading can be a very emotional thing. If you enter a trade, let's say, for example, let me take a look at one of the trades I'm in right now. Okay, I'm in a Bitcoin long right now. It's up 45%. It's up 45%. I'm in a Bitcoin short as well, okay, but that's a whole nother story. So my Bitcoin long up 45%. If I go to the charts, let me take a look at where I entered. I entered down here at this support, okay? My plan is already, my stop loss is down here, okay? My stop loss is down here. That's probably not 100% accurate. I can find the actual trade that I posted in the trading Discord. Potential Bitcoin trades. Let me see. Okay, here we go. This is the trade that I'm still in, but when did I enter that trade? I entered that trade right here when things were looking dismal. When things were looking absolutely dismal, I entered the trade. I put my stop loss down here at $53,490, okay? This was my stop loss. This was already predetermined into my plan when I entered the trade, that this trade could be a loss, and if it comes down any lower than this, I need to get out of the trade. Now, if you don't already have this plan in place, okay, as far as your stop losses go, then what might happen is the emotions might get the best of you. When you see price coming up and then you see price coming down, you're like, oh, let me get out of the trade because I don't want to lose money. But then the price goes back up and you miss out on gains. In fact, a better example of this is a trade that I posted in the Discord a while ago. Let me see here. Okay, right here. This was epic. This was epic. We shorted down and then longed this bounce right here in the trading Discord. Now, this plan right here, I want to point this out because I entered the trade at the $54,500 mark. I set my stop loss. Part of my trading plan was to set my stop loss below this last swing low right here. This was part of my plan. What ended up happening after I entered this trade? We came up a little bit, and then we came way down into this purple area. I didn't get stopped out, but it was in the negative. If I did not already have this plan in place, I probably would have gotten emotional and closed the trade in a loss. But what ended up happening from here? Well, look, I entered right here. This was the trade. We came up a little bit, and then we came way down here, okay? We didn't get stopped out because my stop loss was down here. If I had not had the plan in place, I would have exited this trade with probably, to be honest with you guys, a break even or a small loss. But because I already had a plan, I was able to stay in the trade and hit all the take profits. If you don't have these things in place, the entry, the exit, the stop loss, the take profits, you are going to be swayed in every which direction. Trading, you need to execute like a robot. You need to be like a robot. You can't trade with your emotion. And if you already know exactly what you're going to do before you enter the trade, it's much easier to do it. You need to have a plan, and you need to stick to your plan. It's very important. It's very important. And again, I talk about all this stuff in the course, but you don't need to take the course to learn these things. You just have to know that you have to have these things in place before you start being a profitable trader. I have talked to so many people who trade without a plan, and they say, hey, Jay, what should I do right now? I entered long, and now I'm like 30% in the negative. I'm like 60% in the negative. What should I do? Should I get out or should I stay in? And I tell them, well, did you have a plan going into the trade? They're like, no. I'm like, well, I can't tell you what to do then, because honestly, if you're in a trade and it's not going your way and you didn't have a plan going into the trade, then you're just gambling right now. You're hoping that the price is going to go in your direction. You have no reason to think it's going to go in your direction. You have no plan. And so you're going to end up finding yourself in a situation between a rock and a hard place where the trade is not going your way, and you don't know what to do because you don't have a plan. You don't know whether to cut your losses or wait for the price to come up to take a smaller loss. It's a very, very emotionally draining place to be in. But if you go into the trade and you have a plan, and your plan is this: I'm going to long right here. I'm going to set my final take profit up here. I'm going to set intermediary take profits along the way. I'm going to set my stop loss down here below the last swing low. Then you don't have to worry about it. If your trade comes down here, you don't have to say, hey, what should I do? You don't have to ask anybody, what should I do? My trade is in the negative. You already know. You're like, well, if the price comes down below here, I'll get out of the trade and take the loss. But until it gets down here, I'm going to stay in the trade because I did my technical analysis, which I learned. Step number 1, learn technical analysis. I have a strategy, which I put into place. So I entered the trade according to my strategy. And now I have a plan. My plan is I'll stay in the trade. If the price comes down here, I'll get stopped out of the trade. And then if the price comes up here, then I've won the trade and I hit all my take profits. It takes all that emotional draining out of it, right? The next thing is backtesting. This is very important. Backtesting your strategy, backtesting your plan, seeing if your strategy has worked in the past is very important. It's very important. The reason for this is because we can look at the price action. Let's say you have a strategy. We can look at the price action and just go back in time and see if that strategy has played out. And the way you're going to do this is, let's just take, for example, the 4-hour, 24-minute strategy that I use quite often with Bitcoin. Okay, we can go back in time on the 4-hour time frame, and we can just take a look at what was happening as we were meeting that criteria. Okay, so I'm back here in February. Let's go back to February the 31st of January. Okay, I'll go there too on this time frame right here. Let me see. January 31st. We'll go there. Boom. I guess we have to come down because, guys, I don't know if you know this, but back in January, Bitcoin was dirt cheap. It was dirt cheap. Absolutely dirt cheap. So what we'll do is we'll take our strategy, our 4-hour, 24-minute strategy. We see that we're printing the green dot here on the 4-hour time frame. We'll put a vertical line there to keep track of it. Okay. Then we come over to our 24-minute time frame, and what are we waiting for? We're waiting for either a money flow crossover or a green trigger wave to print on Market Cipher B. The first opportunity we get is right here at this purple candle. Let's zoom in. The first opportunity we get to enter is right here at this purple candle. And so our trade would have been like this. We would have entered right here. We would have set our take profits up. We would have had to put our stop loss below the last swing low, however you want to do that, right? And we can say, okay, this would have been a winning trade, right? This would have been a nice winning trade. And if we had stayed in this trade, well, we wouldn't have stayed in this trade. We would not have stayed in this trade. We would have gotten out because the price came back down and stopped us out. But, you know, plenty of opportunity to take profit there. Let's see now the next time we get a potential trade entry would have been right up here. Using this strategy, okay? Let's see now. Let us take a look. Right here. Right here would have been our... would that have been our entry? No, this would have been our entry right here. This would have been our entry right here. And this would have been a very nice trade, actually. This would have been a very nice trade. We take our long position, we enter right here, we set our stop loss below the last swing low, and then we set our take profits along the way up. And honestly, guys, this trade, we could have made on this trade a nice, 5%. A nice 5%. So you say, okay, my strategy is, you know, every time we get the green dot on the Market Cipher on the 4-hour, and every time we get the green dot in the 24-minute, we're going to enter long. So far, we've gone back in time and seen that 2 out of 2 trades have been winning trades. Of course, the full 4-hour, 24-minute strategy you can see in the course where I go into all the different aspects of it, how to use it in a bear market, how to use it in a bull market, how not to use it, how to make it better to avoid getting into losing trades. And you just keep doing that, right? The next time we get the opportunity is right here on February the 5th. We could put a vertical line there, and then we come to February the 5th. On our 24-minute time frame, and we see that the first opportunity we get to enter is right here, and then we would take out our long tool. Please don't take that the wrong way, guys. And we will enter right here, set our take profits along the way up. And, you know, you can do your risk management however you want, but even just putting it down here, you know, below the last swing low, this would have been a very, very, very nice trade for us, right? This would have been a super nice trade. We could have made a nice 8% move right there. And so now we have 3 for 3. And that's how you're going to backtest. It doesn't have to be the 4-hour, 24-minute strategy. It could be anything. It could be anything. But you need to go back in time and find every instance, the more the better, every instance of when that strategy came up, when you could have actually traded it, and then keep a diary, right? A log, not a diary, a spreadsheet. Keep a spreadsheet of how many wins and how many losses. And if you do that 100 times and you backtest this going back, you know, a year or two, let's say you do 100 examples of a backtest, and 80 of those were winning trades, 20 of them were losing trades. Now you know I have a strategy that's 80% profitable. I have a strategy that's 80% profitable because of my backtest. That means if I have 100 trades in the future, even if I go on a 20 trade losing streak, it's okay because you know the next 80 trades are going to be winning trades. And because you're using a good risk management strategy, which we'll get into next, those losses are not going to set you back. They're not going to set you back. Part of trading is taking losses. It's just part of trading. Everybody who trades knows that part of trading is taking losses. That's just the way it is. Oh, and look, guys, my friend Chris Araya, he just texted me and said that I hope all is good, bro. I guess I forgot to turn off my my iMessage here, but yeah, I'll have to text him back and say, yeah, bro, everything's pretty good. How are you? How's the wife? How are the kids? How's the dog? So shout out to the cookie guy in the chat. We'll have to get to that later. about the meme coins popping off. After you backtest and you have your strategy and you have your plan, the next step is you need to have a proper risk management strategy in place. One of the major things that wrecks new traders is the fact that they do not have a risk management strategy in place. I cannot tell you how many times I've spoken to people who will enter a trade and they will put 100% of their account on the trade with leverage, and they can lose. If you're using 10x leverage and you put 100% of your account on that trade, your trading account, the money you have to make money, and the price goes down 2%, 3%, you're going to lose 30% of your whole entire trading account. That will destroy your ability to make money trading. It will destroy your ability to make money trading. Looks like Ethereum's breaking out of this bull flag and heading to our target right here of $4,523.90. Cool. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Well, I don't know. The 4 hours looking a little rough here, but we'll see what happens. I don't mean to digress and get off topic. When it comes to trading, you have to look at preservation of your capital as the number one thing to do. The number one way to make money is by not losing money. If you have only $1,000 to trade with, I know it's tough to hear this, but if you want to actually start making money, you need to start slow. You need to start using risk management where you're not risking more than 1% of your account per trade. 1%. You could do 5%. You could even do 10%. But here's the thing. Especially if you're new, I recommend risking less, because the capital that you have in your trading account is the only means by which you have to make money. If you have $1,000, right? If you have $1,000 to trade with and you accidentally lose 40% of that, are you going to be able to make that back? Are you going to be able to make that back? When you lose money, it becomes harder to make money because you have less capital to start out with. If I'm trading with $1,000 and the price goes up 4%, right? That means I made $40. I made $40 because the price went up 4%. But if I lose 40% of that account and I only have $600, if I only have $600 now, if I even want to make back the 40% that I lost, it's going to be very hard, because if 40% of $600 is much less than 40% of $1,000. So you're going to have to make back, if you lose 40%, you're going to have to make back more than 40% in order to hit break even. It's a vicious cycle, because 40% of 1,000 is, 40% of 1,000 is $400. So let's say you lost 40% and you're like, okay, now I have to make 40% back. Well, if you have $600, right, 40% of $600 is only $240. So now, if you have the 600, you're going to have to make back 80% of your account, maybe like 75%. You're going to have to make 75% to make up the 40% loss. It becomes a vicious cycle. And the more you lose, especially if you're newer to trading, you're going to revenge trade. You're going to up your leverage to try and get those losses back, and I guarantee you are going to blow your account. Instead, what you need to do is you need to focus on using proper risk management strategy where you're only risking 1 to 5% of your account per trade. And I know a lot of people don't like this. It's not as bad as it seems. It's not as bad as it seems if you can find good entries. If you can find good entries. What constitutes a good entry? Let's talk about it. You can even use leverage and only risk 1% or 5% of your account. Let me show you how. First of all, you need to know your TA. You need to know your TA. You need to know how to draw accurate levels of support and resistance. You need to know how to find good entries. You need to know how to use your indicators. If you're using Market Cipher, that's what I use. A good entry means You have a very clear defined area where you have a level of support or resistance where you know that you can put a stop loss below this area and it will still be an accurate stop loss. So what I mean by that is you can't just use a tight stop loss, okay? I get into this a lot in the course. So if you don't follow, I recommend either taking this course, jasoncaspertrading.com, or any course will pretty much teach you the same thing. But your stop losses need to be in a smart place where a lot of people will just enter long right here and say, okay, I'm just going to use a very tight stop loss. Like they see these blue candles coming up. They're like, okay, I'm going to enter long here, but so that I don't risk a lot, okay, I'm going to enter long here, and so that I don't risk more than 1% of my account, I'll just do a 1% stop loss, or even tighter. Maybe I'll do a 0.5% stop loss. Well, what ends up happening is you end up getting wicked out because this stop loss is not put in a good place, right? It's not put in a good place. Or even right here, let's say you were trading the breakout of this resistance. You're like, okay, I'm going to enter long right here on the breakout. I'm going to use a very tight stop loss. Well, you're going to get wicked out. You need to find an entry where a tight stop loss is also a smart stop loss. Right here, we get the break above the resistance. We come up, we come back down, and we come up against the resistance again, and now we get a bounce, a retest of that resistance that has now been flipped into support. This is now showing us that the price is not going to come lower than here. And not only is it a line of support that we drew horizontally based on Fibonacci, but it's also two moving averages right here. So this would give us a very clearly defined entry where we can enter on the bounce. We can put our stop loss below those moving averages and set our take profits along the way up. And look, this stop loss is only 0.6% of the account. That means you could use 2x leverage and still only be risking 1.2% of your account. You could be using 3x leverage and only be risking less than 2% of your whole account. You could be using 4 or 5x leverage and still only be risking 3% of your whole trading account. If you're putting 100% of your account on your trade, you could enter this trade risking only 3% using 5x leverage, okay? And it allows you to still have good risk management. But if you're entering a leveraged trade or any trade randomly without finding a good entry, you're going to get wicked out. So it's possible to use risk management and still put a lot of money on your trade. You just need to find those good entries. And it all goes back to having a plan, having a strategy, knowing where your entries are going to be, knowing where your exits are going to be, knowing where your stop loss, your take profit is going to be. Okay, if you're using Market Cipher algorithmically, the way I do, like the 4-hour, 24-minute strategy, you might not want to take every trade unless that trade has a very good entry. Like, let's say, for example, the 4-hour, 24-minute strategy is giving you an entry right here. I always recommend putting the stop loss below the last swing low. And unfortunately, guys, if this was an actual entry right here, we would have to put our stop loss all the way down here, okay? This means we would have to be risking 11% of our account if we're going to put our whole account on the trade. If you want to take this trade anyway, what you need to do is use less than 100% of your account. The better the entry, the more money you can put on your account while still maintaining good risk management. The worse the entry, the less money you can put on that trade and still maintain good risk management. Because we're risking 11%, let's just say for argument's sake, this is a 10% risk. That means we can only use 1/10 of our trading account on here with 1x leverage in order to maintain good risk management. If we want to risk 1% of our account, okay? We could obviously risk more, but you might not want to take this trade. Or if you do take the trade, make sure to put less on the trade. And there's calculators you can use to figure this out online available. But yeah, this is something that's very important, the risk management. And then number 6 is very important as well, which is start small. If you're trading, even if you're new to this, start with a very small amount of money. You want to start with enough money where where it actually feels good to win and it feels bad to lose, right? You don't want to trade with like $1 where you like earn like 0.0000001 cent on your trade and lose the same. You know, you want to start with enough money so that if you win, and it depends on how much capital you have to invest with, but as you're learning the skill, I recommend trading with, depending on how much capital you have, right? I can't give a number, but trading with enough where if you win the trade, it feels good, and if you lose the trade, it feels bad. For me, I decided when I was learning that $10,000 was a good account size to have, because if I won a nice trade, that's a decent amount of money, right? If I have $10,000 and you know the price goes up 4%, that's a good amount of money for me, right? It feels really good. But at the same time, if I'm trading with $10,000 and the price goes down 4%, that feels like crap, right? You just lost $400, and you know you don't want that. Doesn't feel good, right? Or maybe it's even less. Maybe it's like $5,000, or maybe it's just $1,000. Some kind of amount of money where, as you're learning, if you win a trade, you could do something nice, like take your wife out to dinner, and you know, not have to worry about, you know, you could take your wife out. You could give the waiter a super huge tip, maybe, which I like to do. I love to do that. You guys should try that, honestly. Go out to a restaurant and tip your waiter like $300, $500. It's awesome. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun to do it because they're always like, you know, it's like, what in the world? What in the world? They don't know. They don't know what to do about it. Alfredo Corona, imagine trading with $10 on 100x leverage and the price goes up 10%. You made like $100. Yeah, it's tempting to trade with leverage. It's tempting to not use good risk management, especially if you have success. Like, I'll be honest with you guys. This MARGEX account that I'm trading with right here, okay, this is a very small account. It is an account that I am essentially gambling with because I'm using high leverage here. Okay, I'm using very high leverage. I'm basically gambling with it. This account will probably get blown one of these days. You know, I'm using stop losses now that are going to keep me in profit, but you know, it doesn't take a lot to get liquidated if you're using high leverage. So don't do it. Okay, this is an experiment that I'm playing around with. But yeah, don't do that, especially if you're new to trading. Like if you know for certain this is an amazing entry, and I'm just gonna take the risk. Like, here's the thing: the amount of gambling you want to do is totally up to you. Like, honestly, I admit these trades are gamble trades for me, right? Like I would never ever with my real trading account enter these trades with this kind of leverage, but I have some money. I'm playing around with. I'm okay with losing it. I say, okay, I know there's a high risk here, but I know there's high reward here, so I'm just going to go for it, because if I lose the money, it sucks, but I see the potential to make the money. This is my situation with this. If you're new to this and you have your capital and that is like the only thing you have, you cannot get swept away by the prospect of turning your $1,000 into $100,000 with 100x leverage to trade, because you will most likely get liquidated. And the proper way to use leverage, is to use it as a tool, to leverage your capital. Meaning, like, look, I only want to risk 1% of my account, and so I am going to leverage my the capital that I do have in order to put more money on a trade while still only risking the amount of capital that I'm willing to risk. And that will all depend on your entry. That will all depend on your stop loss, where your stop loss has to be, really, to be honest with you guys. Start with a small amount of money, enough so it hurts and feels good if you win or lose. And then number 7 is never stop learning. Remember, guys, this is a marathon and not a sprint, for sure. A marathon and not a sprint. If you want to do this and be in this for the long game, guys, you need to learn the skill of trading before you start to. You need to learn the skill of trading before you start to like really rake it in, right? Before this is actually like your main gig, you need to learn what you're doing, and that learning process never stops. You've never arrived. You've never arrived. There's always a new aspect of TA to learn. I learn new things every day, and in the Discord, in my Discord, there's a lot of people in here. I recommend y'all join the Discord if you're not, because there's a lot of cool stuff in here, like the TA Laboratory, which I think is still in here. I'm not sure. Yeah, it is, where people like discuss their technical analysis ideas. People are learning from each other. We've got people, talking about technical analysis. There's so many things to learn. So many things to learn in here. Shout out to iDracula, always posting the good TA. Shout out to Joe Pippin, always posting the good TA. I don't know how to pronounce this guy, but he posts good TA too. Like, the thing is, you can always learn stuff. You can always learn stuff, and it will build upon what you already know. It will build upon what you already know, and you can add that to your strategy. You can add that to your plan. You can add that to your toolbox to trading, right? But in the beginning, it's important that you first of all have a starting place. And that's why. I do this course, because this course will definitely give you a starting place so that you don't feel overwhelmed in the beginning. Because when you start out, you can feel like, oh my goodness, there's so much to learn. I have no idea where to start. You start learning this thing, and then you get taken over by this thing, and you're like, I don't know what to do. Here's the truth. There's a lot of different ways to do TA. There's a lot of different things that will work. You need to find something that works for you and then stick to that for a while until you understand it before you start learning something else. Okay? This course right here will teach you, in my mind, the fundamentals that you need to know in order to start being profitable right out of the gate, and then you can start building upon what you already know. This is the basic TA, pretty much everything that I went over in the beginning of this stream, how I have my levels marked out, how I'm looking to enter trades, how I'm using Market Cipher, how I'm finding those good entries, how I'm using risk management, how to create your own strategy. I even give you strategies that I use that are profitable. Check it out, jasoncaspertrading.com. But yeah, never stop learning. And that's it, guys. Those are the 7 things. And shout out to Cesar Montez, who says, if I would listen to you instead of other YouTubers, I wouldn't have lost a lot of money as a beginner. God bless you, Caesar. God bless you. God bless you. Let me pop into the chat here, guys. Let me pop into the chat. And I'm going to re-upload this video. Without this stuff at the end and the beginning, because I don't want to. Sorry guys, I have too many windows open. I've got too many window openitis. Y'all ever get that? Too many window openitis? Guys, FOMO into the like button. If we can get this video up to up to 3,000 likes, I will give away 0.1 BTC. Rich says BTC looking weak right now. Whoa, I just refreshed the screen here. I'm sorry, Travis, to hear that you lost 20K. A Bybit tutorial. There is one in the course. I can wait. I think I did a Bybit tutorial already. Did I do a Bybit tutorial? I might do one. I might do another Bybit tutorial. Shout out to Marciano, who says my TA is great. Lionel lives in Argentina and is poor. Lionel, are you into trading at all? Are you into trading? Yeah, Brian Roberts says I do have a Bybit tutorial. Cool. Nice. Okay. Yeah, guys, let's get this like button up to 3,000 likes. Tell your wife, tell your kids, tell your friends. Come on over and like the video. Yeah, I need to do a Binance tutorial, Premier Crypto. Here's the problem with the Binance tutorial. To be totally honest with you guys, I am petrified of logging into Binance on my account because I know one of these days it's going to get frozen, and I only trade it with 3 commas. So I need to do a new account, and there's so much hoops I'll have to make the video, but it'll be a more involved project because I'll need to like slice it up as I'm like turning on and off the VPN, and like I have to use like an email address and all this, and like the 2-factor authentication. I'll have to make another video. Did BNB hit a new all-time high? Yeah, Justin H. I use 3 commas to trade Binance. Yeah, I can do a Binance spot trading tutorial as well. Robert Homt, I have a Femex account. I haven't used it in a long time, but it's a good exchange. You know, it's a good exchange. Shout out to Adrian Miranda. May God bless you. Ulysses Ortiz discount. I can give you a discount on the course and a discount on Market Cipher. I can, yeah. Here, let me pop a course discount in the description, okay? And then I will. It's so hard to navigate my Discord these days. It got so big, so big. And then we'll take a look at the charts a little bit more here. Crypto Yacht needs ETH to dump. Alan says every time I enter a trade, it goes down. Yeah, I mean, do you have a plan? Do you have a strategy? Have you done the things that I outlined in this video? Shout out to James John Stone, who says, love, you're a believer in Jesus, man. I think I'm going to get Market Cipher and check your courses. Hey, may God bless you. James John Stone. That's kind of interesting. James John Stone. That's a very biblical name right there. Biblical name. Yeah, activate that 100x leverage on the like button, and we can give away 0.1 BTC. We can give away 0.1 BTC. All right, let's take a look back at the BTC charts here. I know that this live stream does not have as many views as the other ones because who wants to watch these types of things? Nobody. But what people do want to see is what trades to enter. What trades to enter. That's okay. That's okay. Ethereum looks like we're getting a little dump there. Let's take a look at the corn, the Bitcoin. Wow, look at Bitcoin on the 30-minute, getting a nice dumperoonie. Looks like we're about to print a red dot for the Bitcoin here. You know, that 4-hour red dot is still printing. Let's turn back on our Market Cipher A. Still got the blood diamond, guys. So you know, this is quite actually significant because you can see that we came down and then we rejected off the 21 EMA perfectly. We got that perfect rejection off the 21 EMA, which is a short signal, right? If I was paying attention and if I was not already in a short, I would have entered this trade right here down to the resistance and taken profit out along the way, because this is extremely bearish right now. This is extremely bearish. The fact that we rejected off the 21 EMA with the blood diamond, and we're printing this red dot right here. This is a sign that, you know, we're coming down. How far we're going to come down, I don't know. If we come down to the 12-minute time frame, it looks like we still have some more ways to come down. It looks like we still have some more ways to come down. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if we get a massive dump. And let's see. Let's go to the 6-minute. Man, what a fake out though, because the money flow was about to curve up, and now all of a sudden we're getting this massive dump. Let's come back to the 4-hour and turn on our VPVR indicator. Wow, look at this. You know, this would have been a really nice short setup right here, because we rejected off the high volume node, we come down, we reject off the 21 EMA, which always, guys, if this is a Jason Casper tip, right? Yeah, this is a tip from your boy Jason Casper, right? Your Bible thumping, tractor riding, cryptocurrency trading, Market Cipher shilling, Bitcoin hodling, powerlifting, trading friend, okay? Whenever we're trading and price comes down below the 21 EMA on the 4-hour, if we come up, you can pretty much assure that you're going to be able to get some kind of scalp rejection off of that, okay? Even right here yesterday, we came up, we got a nice little short scalp off of that. And, you know, I posted this in my Discord before it got deleted, unfortunately. But yeah, we can always expect some kind of rejection off of here. And on the other side of that Bitcoin, if we are trading above the 21 EMA and we come down and touch it, we can expect some kind of bounce. The significance of those bounces and rejections are, you know, not necessarily predictable, but you can know that you're going to get some kind of reaction. Look at this. Touch the 21 EMA, rejection. Touch the 21 EMA, rejection. Touch the 21 EMA, massive rejection. Come up, touch the 21 EMA, we get a little bounce there. We come up, we retest the 21 EMA, little bounce. We come down, test the 21 EMA, little bounce. Look at this. We wick all the way down and get a little bounce off the 21 EMA. So just keep that in mind as you're watching the 4-hour chart. It's a great place to keep an eye out for a trade. That is ribbon 5 on Market Cipher A. That is ribbon 5 on Market Cipher A. Paul Newfield needs to change the color of his candles. Yes, everybody right now, this is also, if you, this is not financial advice. Remember, these videos are for entertainment purposes only. But shout out to Damo. If you want to be a successful trader, you also need to change your candles to purple and blue. Purple and blue. And the way you're going to do that is you're going to right-click anywhere, go to settings, and then right here, you're going to change the bodies to this blue and this purple. And you are going to make the borders and the wicks the same color, okay? The same color. Damo, the main EMAs that I use are ribbon 5 on Market Cipher B, and then the 55 EMA right here. And these are the two EMAs that I use, a 55 EMA and a 21 EMA. I find that these are excellent levels of support and resistance. Look at this. Perfect, acting as perfect support and resistance right here. Shout out to Tommy Hambicky, who says the course has been game-changing. Thank you and thank the Lord. I'm getting my Ethereum back. Hey, Baruch Hashem. Praise the Lord. Bless the name. Bless the name of the Lord. Yes, it's so aesthetically pleasing with the purp and the blue, right, Fear the Tree? Shout out to Chintzy13, the resident bear, in the house. Thanks for being here again, bro. Appreciate it. I'm sure that you're stoked on this this nice rejection that we had here off of the 21 EMA and the 55 EMA after our also nice rejection off this point of control that we had going on right here. Look at just how perfect that is. And shout out to all my folk up in here who are also bearish on Bitcoin. I call them bear corns. Or corn bears. Corn bears. Yep. All us corn bears. We're all corn bears out here. Shushant Kumar wants to know the money flow is simply just I just changed it to blue and purple. There's no other. My Market Cipher settings are the same as everyone else. I just changed the way it looks. I took my VWAP and changed it from an area to a line, and I changed my money flow from blue to purple because it's soothing to the nefesh, guys. Soothing to the soul. Right? Shout out to Linda, who's also a corn bear. Yeah, I'm a corn bear, guys. I'm a corn bear. Here's my corn short right here. My corn short is actually up 24%. 126% for my corn bear short that I'm currently in. And I'm also currently long, up 34%. Now, here's the thing. This short, honestly, guys, this short that I'm in is a much smaller position than my long. And the reason for that is because I entered that short up here, and I already wrote it down to the support where I took most of my profit out, but I left it going just in case because things are looking bearish. Chincy 13 convinced me, hey, man, you got to be a corn bear. So I missed the opportunity to add to this position, add to the position on the short here. Unfortunately, guys, missed the opportunity to. I'm really going to wait to see what happens as we approach this support here. And honestly, until we get to this support, actually, once we get to this support, my long will be stopped out in profit because I've already taken a lot of profits out along the way up. My long will be stopped out down somewhere in this area in profit. And, also my short will be stopped out somewhere up here. So, in profit as well. And that brings up a good point, guys. Always take profit when you're in profit. If you're in profit, take profit. That way you always are in a winning trade. If you enter right here, if you enter this long because you see that we're getting the bounce off the support right down here, let's say, and you have your stop loss below the last swing low as a responsible trader, and this is your final take profit, take profits up along the way. Take some profit out right here. Take some profit out right here. Take some profit out right here. And the way you're going to set these take profit levels, guys, is multiple ways. The way I like to do it is I like to go down to lower time frames and find areas of support and resistance that you can just draw by your eye, right? So you come back in time, you see this was an area of support and resistance, mark that as a take profit level. Nice. Look, we come up, we hit that target perfectly, and look, it's still respected as a support back here. All the way in the future here. It was support back here in the 6th of May, respected again, okay? And then let's say you have another take profit level, let's say right up here, because you see this support right here, okay? Boom. And what do you know? We hit that level perfectly, and it's acting as resistance because these levels are still respected. Then let's say you take another profit right here because this was a clear area of resistance, right? And what do you know? We missed that by a few dollars. But the point is, in general, you're going to be right in general. If you had said maybe this was your level here, then you would have hit that perfectly. It's good to go back, as far as you can. And, what I like to do is, if I'm looking to ride this whole range up, I take like 30% out here, 30% out here, 15% out here, 15% out here, and then you still have some of the position open where in case we go to the moon, you still have the trade open. You can capitalize on all them gains, and also you can add to your position along the way. Like I like to do, like my Bitcoin trades, for example. What did I do? What did I do? I forget where I did it. But I added to my long that I was already in. Now I can't find it now, but a lot of times after dumps I will add to my long. So that's kind of how I roll. You keep some of the position open, you keep riding it up, you can add to it along the way, compound on the way up. And not only do these levels give you take profits, but they also give you areas where you can look for a reaction, right? You can look for a bounce maybe off of this level of support right here, right? It's a 4-hour level of support. If price makes its way down here, go to the lower time frame, see if you can catch a little bounce. If you're looking for a scalp, you might be able to catch a little bounce before we come through if we still continue down. Or you can use these to short as well, right? I mean, it's just so interesting how you can find so much confluence, like the 21 and the 55 EMA and this 4-hour level of resistance all acted in confluence together. That would have been a really great short entry, you know. You would have been able to have a really nice stop loss on that too, just above the support and resistance levels. Take it down. That's the best way to do it, guys. In my mind, that is the way to do it. Let me pop back into the chat here. Jason, check out FLM USD. Hey, I'm all about the FLM. Let's take a look at it. It's 95 cents. This thing is going to pump. This thing is going to pump. Bruce Dupuis wants to know, is it possible that when you add to your position, yeah, it just brings your entry up. It brings your entry up, and it will make your percent go down. However, it's important to know that that's kind of irrelevant because it just moves your entry. But that doesn't matter because it averages your entry together. It averages your entry together. Wow, we got 2 likes to 500. Thanks, guys. Thank you, guys. Can Bitcoin hold 55K? I don't know. The real level that I'm looking for, guys, for Bitcoin to hold is 54.5. Okay, 54.5. You know, look at this. You know, I mean, you could say that we've kind of been doing this here. You could say that we've kind of been doing this. So I would really want to see Bitcoin hold this level down here at 54.5. And for Ethereum, now that Ethereum is also in the dump truck, okay, now that Ethereum is also in the dump truck, my daughter loves dump trucks. She saw the dump truck come to our house and drop off a whole bunch of mulch. Now she's obsessed with them. You know, for Ethereum, you know, now that we're getting the dump truck on Ethereum along with Bitcoin, this is a great place to look for an entry in my mind. The way I would do that is I'd take out my good old fib, pull it out, take it from the swing low to the swing high, and see if we can bounce off of one of these areas here. Because the fib is a great way to find entries, right? If you take this fib from the swing low to this swing high, I'm sorry, not that swing low to that swing high. This swing low to this swing high, you can see that we do get bounces off of these levels, and they're great places to look for entries. Paul Newfield wants to know, what tool is that? That's the Fibonacci retracement tool, Paul Newfield. And the way it works is, when we're in an uptrend, we don't go straight up like this. No, we go like this. And the zwiets are, you know, you could say that the zwiet is 100% of the move, and then the zwoot is a retracement, okay? And the retracement is always going to be a certain percentage of the initial move to the upside. So you got your Zweites and your Zwoots, the impulse up, and then the retracement. And what the Fibonacci tool does is it tries to measure the retracement and look for a reaction, because we'll find that these Fibonacci levels are respected. They're respected by the price. So for example, let me go to the 4-hour time frame here, zoom out, and we will just notice that if we pull it from the swing low right here to the swing high up here, right, what do we notice? We notice that price always has a reaction off of one of these levels. The most significant level is the 618 right here. This is the golden pocket, they say, between 618 and the 0.65. Look, the first thing we do when we get a dump is we bounce off the 786 level. Then we get a nice bounce off of the 618. And as soon as we bounce off the 618, it's just, we're off to the horse races, guys. We're off to the horse races. And this will allow you to find levels of support and resistance to trade off of just based on impulses and retracements. Impulses and retracements. They say Bitcoin is dropping like a rock. Let's see. Bitcoin dropping like a rock. Oh, yeah. Look at that rock dropping. It's like Dwayne Johnson. Bitcoin is like Dwayne Johnson up in here. Yeah, ain't no surprise, guys. Ain't no surprise. Man, this is intense for the Bitcoin, guys. This could be very intense. We're about to now switch into bearish mode. Okay, we are about to switch into bearish mode as the blue EMA, the 21 EMA, crosses over the 55 EMA. That means we're officially going into a downtrend, and if that happens, then we really need to switch bearish, in my mind, on our Bitcoin. Yeah. Next places that I would actually look for a short is if we lose this area, come for a retest, and then come back down. Really, if we lose this area, come for a retest and come back down, I would totally look to short that. But also, you cannot discount the fact that we very well might just come down and get a bounce off of here again. Remember, we've been in this range, and Bitcoin has dropped like a rock before and then come back up. Gotta take it as it comes, guys. We gotta take it as it comes. Alfredo Corona says, I think we bounced on 55K. Let's see if Alfredo Corona is correct. Let's see if he's correct. If we've bounced off 55K, which is right kind of here. This level, 55.1, is a significant Fibonacci retracement level. And then 54.9 is a high volume node. And then 54.5 is a daily support. So we have a lot of supports down here. We have a lot of supports. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But I'll tell you what looks like is going to happen. It looks like we're going to get a flash crash and a wick and then a little bounce. That's if I was a weatherman, that's what I would predict from the weather. That's what I would predict from the weather. MoFit says support at spider line. Billy Tomlin, do you have to take Market Cipher to take the course? Highly recommended. Highly, highly recommended. Let's go to the 3-minute here. 3 minutes still looking bearish, guys. 3 minutes still looking bearish. Yeah, let's go to the 1 minute here. We need to be ready. We need to be ready if we're going to take a long here, because we can already see that the bullish divergences are starting to form. The bullish divergences are starting to form. What we really want to see is we want to see the wick. We want to see Bitcoin dump massively and then wick up, and it would be great if we could dump massively and wick up above one of these supports or resistances, and then if that happens, you would set the long. You would set the long position as we're wicking down like this, and as we're coming up, you would set your long you know, let's say that we do wick down below these and then we get a bounce up. Then you set your long here, you put your stop loss below here, and you know, you ride it up. You ride up a bounce. That's what I would really want to see. I want to see massive dumpage. Yeah, let's turn on Market Cipher A. Yeah, look at all these yellow X's. Look at all these yellow X's. The last time we got 3 yellow X's on the way down, we actually got a pump. So let's go to a higher time frame. No yellow X's on the 6-minute. Although we do see a bullish divergence on the 6-minute. In fact, we can see the bullish divergence forming all the way here, and coming down technically from this point. You know, so, you know, personally, like if I was looking to long here, I would want to see lower. I would want to see lower. I would want to see us at least come down to 55.1. Shout out to Crypto Jr. who says Jesus is king. Thankful for what you do, Jason. Amen to that, brother. Jesus is king. For sure, he is. Extreme Master Player wants to know when to draw a diagonal support and resistance. So the way that we're going to do that is we just look at things on the chart and see if we can connect them together. That's really it. That's really all we're doing here. And yeah, we got the blood diamond on the 4-hour. I mean, it is looking quite bearish. It really is looking quite bearish, guys. The 1 hour is looking bearish. The 18-minute is looking quite bearish as well. You know, I would really like to see. I would like to see something like this, right? This is really. If I were to enter long here, look for a long here, I would want to see something just like this, where, you know, we get, because we're getting the blood diamonds, we're getting the yellow X's, we're coming down here. I wouldn't long from this place, even though we're getting the bullish divergence. I would not long from here. I don't have any confirmations, so for me this would be a slot machine. This would be a slot machine. So I will not long unless we come down to these lower levels. And if we don't, that's okay. You know why? Because I have a plan. I have a plan. Where's my paper? I have a plan, and I'm sticking to the plan. And honestly, guys, you know what's interesting is my Bitcoin long is already still up 31%. And so I'm in an interesting position right here where I can add to my long if we come down to that level. But we shall really see what happens, right? We shall see what happens. Look at this. Looks like we're getting a very significant bounce here on the 1 minute. We've got the clear bullish divergence on the 1 minute, guys. These divergences, they play out. Price is coming down, printing lower lows. Momentum is coming up, printing higher lows. Very curious to see what happens. Like, so right now, what could happen, what I kind of hope happens, is this VWAP loses its strength. We print another red dot right here, right? That would send us down. That would send us down further. Let's really zoom in here, guys. 30 seconds. Yeah, 30 seconds is about to give us a red dot up here, but momentum is coming up on the 30 second. Let's really zoom in, guys. Let's go to the 15 second here. 15 seconds looking kind of bullish, right? 15 seconds looking kind of bullish. We're about to print a nice, 15 seconds looking like we're about to come up like this. But obviously, these low time frames, you know, we can't really rely on them too heavily. I just like to see what's going on these lower time frames. There we go. Red X on the 15-second, y'all. Red X on the 15-second. Yeah, Brian Miller. Yeah, the reason why we want to dump is so that we can get a good entry. And again, you know, the entry that we would be looking for is we want to see price. Basically, what happened over here. Like right here a few days ago, where we wick down and then wick back up below these. We want to see us wick below these supports and then come back up. That's honestly what I would be looking for here. I wouldn't want to enter here just because you know, we're getting a little bounce with the bullish divergence. I would want to see something more drastic than that, or at least come down and bounce off one of these supports, right? Like I would enter this. I would enter this. I would not enter this, because we didn't actually come down to a clear support and get an observable bounce. But you know, right now we can see the divergence is on the 15-minute. This is a very clear bullish divergence, right? We're printing lower lows on the price and higher lows on Market Cipher. That is a bullish divergence right now. And you know, if we are able to continue this momentum upward, I think we could get a nice bounce here. But I really want to see us come down to one of those supports. I want to see us come down to those supports. I want to see us drip down. Come on, Bitcoin. Drip down. Bleed down, BTC. And you know, it is also possible, guys, that it's possible that we don't get a trade here. You know, it's possible that we don't get a trade, and that's part of what comes with having a plan and sticking to the plan. Yeah, guys, if you want to see Bitcoin come down to the support, go ahead and smash that like button. Because here's the thing, if we can get this stream up to 3,000 likes during the stream, I will give away 0.1 BTC. And here's the thing, if we come down to these levels and we get a bounce, by the time I give away 0.1 BTC, we're going to be all the way back up here at 58.5K. It's going to be worth a lot more. It's going to be worth a lot more by the time I give it away. Looks like we might not get our target down here. That's okay though. Patience is key. Patience is key right here. Yeah, it looks like momentum is coming up, guys. But you never know. You never know with these Bitcoins. Right now, the 1 minute is rejecting off the 21 EMA. You know, potentially what happens a lot, right, is we consolidate, come up a little bit, and then get another dump. Justin H says, looks like we found support at the bottom of the previous symmetrical triangle that we broke out of yesterday. Did we break up or did we break down into that thing? I wasn't really following that symmetrical triangle. I wasn't following that, so I don't really know. I'm ignorant. I'm an ignoramus regarding this symmetrical triangle. AL, I'm not telling you whether to long or whether to short. I'm just saying this is not financial advice, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just giving my opinion. And of course, you know, if you do think this is financial advice, not only will you lose all your Bitcoin, all your Ethereum, all your fiat currency, your house will get repoed, your car will get repoed. yeah, all your friends will stop talking to you. You're going to stub your toe on the dresser on the way to the toilet in the middle of the night for a drink. Okay? So this is not financial advice, guys. And we also have to keep in mind here that, you know, when we're finding these good setups, they're not guaranteed winners either. They're just objectively good entries, right? I mean, if we get a bounce and we come all the way down here and then we start to wick up, this is objectively a good entry because we can put our, you know, our trade in like this with a very good stop loss, risking very little to potentially catch that bounce. Okay, let's take a look at Ethereum now. Things are getting more intense up in here. Ethereum getting a nice bounce, double support on the 1-to-1 extension right here. I'm sorry, this is just the top of the fib retracement right here. This was our previous all-time high, and it looks like we're retesting that previous all-time high, which we have been doing for the past 8 hours. Yes, Brian Miller's right. It's important to know where the support and resistance are because it's like catching a falling knife. So if you have good levels of S and R, okay, support and resistance, then you will be able to find good entries. And here's the thing. A lot of times if you're, you know, the bounce a lot of times is very obvious, if at least for a scalp trade, So for Ethereum, let me pull out another fib on Ethereum here. Let me just take it from I'll take it from this swing low here to this swing high up here. You know, I would honestly want to see Ethereum come down to the 382. I want to see Ethereum come down to the 382. And Bitcoin, you know, I want to see Bitcoin come down to these levels. I want to see a massive dump. Oh man, I'm getting so excited, guys. I'm getting so excited. Where did I get these levels from? You know, I go through it in the course how I get these levels. You know, but also I talk about it often as well. How to get support and resistance levels, how to use volume, how to use Fibonacci's. That's how I do it. For scalp trades, I always do market order because you got to be quick. Like if we're really going to dump down, guys, this is exciting. This is exciting. Is this not exciting? This is the life of a trader. Let me turn on my tractor, guys. Let me turn on my tractor here. Got my Bible out, you know. Got the Bible out. Open it up to Deuteronomy chapter 8. Yes, basic support and resistance is a lot on my channel because, as many of you know, I go over it quite often. It's so important. Support and resistance is just so dang important, guys. And here's another thing to keep in mind, okay, about this potential bounce that we're looking to catch. It's potentially not going to be as good of a bounce as this one right over here. And the reason for that is because whenever we are in the process of printing a red trigger wave on the 4-hour time frame, okay, that makes the bounce less likely to be bouncy. It makes the bounce less likely to be bouncy. You could definitely scalp it, but not so much expect a reversal. I like to see the bounce happening when we've already printed the red dot on Market Cipher B. So like, you know, previously where we come down and wick down here, you know, I want to see that Market Cipher B on the 4-hour. We're not currently printing the red dot. And this red diamond, guys, keep it in mind. This red diamond is telling us that we're going down more. Like it's rare to print the red diamond on the 4-hour. So, you know, we very well could see something similar to this, right, where we did get a little bounce here at the support. We got a little bounce. We came up a little bit, and then we dropped down more. I don't know if you guys can see that right here, but we actually bounced up, and we came up to here, all the way up to here, and then we came down more. So, you know, just keep that in mind that, you know, this potential trade right here could be, you know, we want to start out as a little scalp to catch a bounce. That's what we want to start off with. Yellow X on ETH on the 3-minute. Okay. That blood red diamond confirms Jerry when the candle closes. Jesus the Messiah is king. Amen. Tony says that in Spanish, I think. Jonathan is long on Bitcoin right now. Shout out to you, Jonathan. Shout out to you. Is 50K possible? Yes. Yes, yes. Yes, guys. In fact, if we lose this level of support here, then it would not surprise me at all. It would not surprise me at all if we actually come down to the 51.6 level. This is the next level I have marked out on my chart here. And whenever I'm talking about levels of support and resistance, I like to pretend like I'm from the UK. It helps me relax. I've got the blue and the purple. Everything is quite proper and in order, because in the UK everything is always quite proper and in order. Unlike America, right? We're totally out of control over here. Us conservative, Bible thumping, tractor riding, Market Cipher shilling, laptop trading, tractor riding, George W. Bush loving, conservative Americans, right? Hey, I nailed Boris Johnson. Cool, cool. Hey, shout out to Mark Hoppus in the chat. It's cool to know that Mark Hoppus is in my chat. Here we go, guys. Here we go. So, for Ethereum, I'm really looking for this 382 for a bounce, a potential bounce. Keep in mind, guys, the red dot is printing on the 4 hour, which means the bounces won't be as significant. But you can see, I want to see some massive dumpage. If we can see some massive dumpage, then we know we can catch a bounce, right? Massive wick down. I'm actually, unfortunately going to have to head out kind of soon, which sucks. But let's go to the 3 minute here. Got a yellow X. We got this red dot low on the 3 minute. That's always a good sign, guys. That's always a good sign. Oh no! Now we got the green dot on the 3 minute. The bullish divergence. We got the bullish divergence going on. Yeah, we got a bullish divergence on the 3 minute. But patience, though. Patience, right? Patience. We want to see patience. Should I FOMO into this blue candlestick? Look at this thing. This is massive. This is a massive blue candlestick right here. This is massive. Should we FOMO in? Are we going to miss our chance? Look at this thing. It's huge. Oh my goodness. The gains, guys. The gains are quite large and in charge. Alexis wants to know, should we long or short 4.5K? Oh, no, hang on. Alexis, short ETH at 4.5K. I mean, you could look for a short there. I would definitely look for a scalp there, okay? Copcon's local bottom of Bitcoin from the double top on the 4 hour would be 52.853. Let's check that out. Whoa! I guess you're talking about this double top up here. Huh. Interesting. And that level, Copcon, is also, that also is, a support. from the past, all the way back from the 17th of April. Support, support, support up in here, support again, support again. So that's an interesting level. That's an interesting sub-level to keep our eyes on as well, guys. 52.8 something. Come on, Bitcoin. All right, let's check back on our good friend Ethereum here. Ethereum, whoa, Ethereum over here on the 1 minute. You know, I wanted to see this 382 level, but we'll have to see what happens as we get to here. Are we going to see any kind of reaction off the 382? You know, it would be nice to see that we wick back through here, because we do have the bullish divergence. Here comes the corn down as well. Corn is currently getting a little bounce off this trend line, just like Ethereum is getting a little bounce off the 382. Yeah, the thing about these levels is, even if we bust right through them, we're always going to have some kind of a reaction there. I would like to see Ethereum hold this level, you know. I would like to see it hold the level, and you know. Okay, here comes Bitcoin down. Here comes Ethereum down. Yeah, if we can't hold the 382 for Ethereum, I would look for the 618, which is right down here. Oh wow, look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Here we go. This is kind of what we want to happen. These massive flashive dumps here. This is the 1 minute. Let's go to the 24 minute. Look at that, bouncing off the 0.5, bouncing off the 0.5. Look at that. Look at that. And then, like, you know, objectively, this could provide us with a good entry right here. Objectively, simply because we have a very clear point of invalidation right on the 3.5 below the last swing low. If we can come above that 382, we've got the bottom on Market Cipher B. But we have a slight bullish divergence as well. Gotta be super careful. I mean, Bitcoin has a massive divergence here, bullish. Yeah, this is... It's interesting how they're basically doing the same thing at the same time. Not out of the ordinary. Joshua, do I ever use exo charts? I don't. I find them really hard to load, and it's hard for me to get them to be like in real time with what I'm doing. But I need to. I need to start using those more. Looks like we're coming down more. Looks like we're going to come down more. It is like watching the Super Bowl for TAs. Kakashi Hatake. No, it's not healthy for the bull run. It's not healthy for the bull run to be making these out. Is it a decent shorting opportunity? It depends on your perspective, bro. I'm not a big fan of shorting breakdowns, like, buy low, sell high, right? Why would you want to short after we just had this massive dump? We just had a massive dump on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Why would you want to short the dump? Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, I'd be looking for longs. Like that's how I would do it. I'd be looking for longs. Yeah, honestly, this is looking on the 15-second here. It's not looking too bad. We got the bounce off the 0.5. Can't trust the 15-second though. Yeah, and so the thing is with these kinds of trades, guys, if you're waiting for price to come down to a certain support, it's always best if we get a very fast move to the downside, right to a support, and wick back above it. That's how you can ensure like a real bounce. Because right now this is very slow go. I'm not saying that we're not going to have more upward movement. We very well might, because the 382 retracement is one of the best places to look for a bounce, and come down right to the 0.5, come up above the 382. Bitcoin on the 1 minute is showing trend reversal. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced in this bounce here, although usually we'd want to see more of a impulsive move to the downside, but this could be. And so this is how, this is how you're going to find those entries, basically, doing this. You can find those entries doing this. Shout out to Keeps, who's up over 50% on this move. Yeah, I mean, this is a massive move to the upside. It's up 0.2%, 0.23%, absolutely massive. If you're using 100x leverage, can you imagine the gains you could have made on this right now? Not including fees, of course. Not including fees, of course. Is there a bullish divergence on the 4-hour on Bitcoin? Let's check it out. Man, and this is why, guys, this is why I got my Bitcoin short is up 154%. My Bitcoin long is still up 27%. It's good. I have a much bigger position on my long than I do on my short right now. Probably a bad idea. But they're both locked in the profits. They're both locked in profit. They're both locked in profit. So if they get stopped out, they will be stopped out in profit. I've already taken a lot of profit out of them both. So yeah, this is like for scalp trading like this, depending on what leverage you use, I would want to take profit out. If you were actually doing this, at like 0.5% to 1%, like if we can get up to this 55 EMA, if you're assuming that we're still going to come down more, you want to take profit out while you're in profit. But I like to wait a little bit. And then, if this is the case where you think we're getting a bounce like this and you're just scalping it, you can play it where, you move your stop loss depending on how much, I personally would leave it down here because that's just how I would do it. Scalping just means you're looking for a small move. You're looking for a small move to the upside. So this is going to be the make it or break it moment for this to see if we're going to continue in the downtrend, right? Which we very well might, because right now we still have not stopped doing the lower lows and lower highs. So there's a few things that could happen. One, it does look like the money flow is starting to curve up here. So, potentially we could print this wave and then print another wave and come up higher. And, or two, we could get a retest as well. But if we have a very impulsive move to the downside, super impulsive move to the downside, that's where I would really be looking. That's where I want Bitcoin to come. I want Bitcoin to drop massively to this region. That would be for Bitcoin. But it looks like we, I don't know. Yeah, so let's look at money flow for Bitcoin. On the 4-hour, looks like not so great, guys. The money flow on the 4-hour looks really not so great. We've got 12 more minutes in this candle here. You know, this is a very bearish scenario right here. The blood diamond, the red dot on Market Cipher. It's kind of bearish. Money flow doesn't look so good on the 4-hour. The 24-minute money flow also does not look very good, guys. Looks like we are curving down. However, if we continue to print higher momentum waves, then we could see this continue. But you know, we've recently just had this wave come down lower than the last wave. If this comes down, you know what would be really nice, to be honest with you, if this wave just comes down massively, we print a big bottom right here, and we get this very impulsive move to the downside that wicks through these supports here. I think we could get a nice bounce, but let's see how this Ethereum is going here. Yeah, getting beat down like a Ethereum hit a double top. Yeah, maybe. I don't know if I'd call that a double top. Ethereum's looking actually kind of good. Ethereum's actually looking pretty good. I mean, we don't know when that's going to confirm. But even you could say that this was the divergence. Let's go back down to the 1 minute on Ethereum. Yeah, Ethereum's actually looking kind of strong here on the 1 minute. I'm already long on ETH. To be honest with you. I do want to add to my position. But I really want to see what happens now that we're back at the 382. Looking to buy long on ETH. I mean, yeah, ETH is one of those things where, like, you know, if you have lower leverage, if you're using lower leverage, I do believe we are going to see some more upward movement on ETH. But the question is, where are we going to find that? You know, we want to confirm that we're actually heading up. Right now, we came down, and we bounced off the 0.5. We came up. Right now, we're retesting this 0.382 here. Yeah, let's take a look at Aave Bitcoin on the daily. Shout out to Super Googly for the super chat. Aave Bitcoin on the daily. Oh my goodness, is looking mighty nice. Mighty nice. Look at this. You know, got the, you could say, the cup and handle breakout. A lot of these altcoins are doing the cup and handle breakout. Very interesting. I know Aave Tether is a coin that I am currently trading on right now. Actually, I'm in this position right now, up about 20%. Hit a take profit 1, by the way, I should probably post this in the trading Discord. Aave hit take profit 1. I hope everyone had their sell orders in. I'll post this in the trading Discord right now. Boom. Nice and strong. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Aave, this was a perfect play, right? We retested. We broke out of this trend line. We retested it. And we got a bounce off the 21 EMA. And then kaplam. Kaplam. Shout out to Elon Musk for tweeting about Aave. And now, guys, you know, if you're still in this Aave trade, I always take out 50% when I'm doing these altcoin pumps. I take out 50% here and then let the rest ride. Take out 50%, let the rest ride. And I will usually as well move my stop loss to make sure that I do not exit the trade in a loss, right? Preservation of El Capital. Peace out to Al. God bless you. Shout out to Action Camera, who's long on Aave. Did someone just drop a bowling ball on the floor? Yes. That was my daughter upstairs. Okay, so Ethereum, guys. Ethereum is holding that 382 level. I don't see much conviction in Ethereum's eyes here. But if we go to the 24-minute, you know, we're still above it, and the 24 minutes looking like, you know, we're going to get this curve to the upside. It's totally looking that way. Absolutely. Positively. Fruit skadootly. Guys, I'll be right back. Hang on. This stream has gone on longer than any other stream I've ever been on. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. You know, I really had to take a pee. Been holding it in this whole stream. So yeah, Ethereum. You know, it's looking a little bit more convicting. It's looking a little bit more convicting. Let's see if we can get in a higher high here. Let's go BT. Let's go ETH. Let's go Ethereum. What's the corn doing over here? Yeah, this isn't convicting. This is not convicting, guys. Usually if we want to catch a bounce, we want it to be real bouncy. But yeah, honestly, I would DOT is holding stronger than yesterday. Can you take a look? Let's take a look at DOT, guys. Let's take a look at DOT. Wow, DOT on the 3 minutes looking weird. Let's go to the 4 hour. Wow, bounce off the 21 EMA, guys. Bounce off the 21 EMA. Yeah, you can always look for these good little scalps here. XRP should follow BTC. I'm out of my XRP trade, guys. Out of it. But the thing is, XRP is holding this support here. Is holding this support. And we're no longer printing that red dot here. So it's holding the support. Woof, look at Ethereum, guys. Struggling to hold that support. Bitcoin's forming a W on the 1 hour if we get a bounce. Yeah, I could totally see that. I mean, I'm on the 4 hour and I kind of see that as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly, I would love, you know, we did this last time too, right? Where we came down. Hang on, let me go to the 4 hour. Let me zoom out. So last time when we shorted down from 59. Wait a second. I'm confused now. I can't find what I was looking for. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so like last time, you know, on the long, we come up and we form this little W thing right here. You know, it could be similar to what we're doing right here. I want to see us, you know, come down to these levels again if I'm looking for an actual move. But right now, I find myself in an interesting situation, long and short at the same time. Ethereum losing the 382 right now. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can come down to the 618. Mixon Morley, send me an email. Send me an email. Because sometimes there's a glitch, and I'll make sure you get what you need. Wow, Dow Jones and S&P are also crashing. Yeah, this is intense. Let's see what happens, guys. This is gonna give us good long potential. In fact, pretty soon I'm gonna have to close out my Bitcoin long. It will get stopped out. The extra discount code for the course, Partyboy Geo wants to know. Partyboy Geo, This is intense going on right now, guys. Let me drop a discount in the chat here. Shout out to Christian Michael, who got the course yesterday with the sweet discount. Bitcoin is in dump mode. Okay. Guys, I'm going to have to head out kind of soon, which is unfortunate. Count Zeppelin, the Blood Diamond ushers in usually a significant drop. This is looking nice. This level right here is actually a very significant level. This is our first real support that I want to see. It's a fib retracement level, the 618. Look at that. Look at that. The levels are respected, y'all. What do I mean by kind of soon? I mean, I have other responsibilities to do today, and sitting at the charts, although it's what I want to do, it's not what I should do. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Yeah. Wow, look at that too. Look at Ethereum right here, guys. This is why, if you got to put that stop loss below the last swing low, because we did not put in a lower low. We did not put that in. The discount code for the course. Okay. The discount code for the course. I'm going to make a new discount code for us all right here. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to go into the dashboard. I'm going to scroll down right here and go to marketing, go to coupons. Now I'm going to have to change all these codes right now. Like this one, the get it free code, I'm going to have to trash it because now you guys know how to get it free. This code is expired. You're going to have to trash that one. This code, I'm going to get rid of that one too. This was the old code right here. This is the 10% discount code, and right here, this is a 25% discount code right here, guys. This code expires tomorrow, and there's only 6 more times it can be used. Only 6 more times it could be used. The code is for this guy. For this guy. The reason it's called for this guy is because I actually made it for this guy who turned out to be a girl. Okay, didn't know that. Sorry. But yeah, 25% off for this guy. Let's check out what's going on with Ethereum. Yeah, look at that, guys. Printing another red and green dot. It looks like it looks like we found some nice support here. Okay, I would still be convicted in this. Yeah, look at that. It's pretty nice. It's pretty dang nice. Bitcoin also on the 6-minute, getting some kind of bounce off of this this 618 retracement level. Yo, what's up, Mart Ingen Oost Stendorp? What's up, bro? Shout out to Andy S. Yeah, guys, use the code for this guy. There's only six things left. And you guys can use them. You guys can use them. So go ahead and use them. Michael, the reason that you set up the stop loss below the last swing low is simply because when we're entering long right here, right? We're entering long here. We're expecting there to be a bounce and a trend reversal. That's why we're entering long, right? We're expecting there to be a bounce and a trend reversal. That's the reason we're entering long. If we continue to do the high, the lower low, the lower high, and then we put in a lower low, then we're still in the downtrend. But if we put in a lower low, a lower high, a higher low, and then a higher high, well, now we have something to work with. Now we have something to work with. And so you don't want to put your stop loss, you want to put it below the last swing low, because the only way you're actually going to ensure that the trend is going in your favor and that you're not getting wicked out inappropriately is if you actually make sure that your stop loss is not cutting into the possible uptrend, right? Because if I had put my stop loss down here, well, I would have gotten wicked out. But we still put in the higher low. We still put in the higher low. That's why we do it that way. That's why we do it that way. We still put in the higher low. Yeah, so that's the thing. Ori cool. It hits your stop loss and then climbs back. That's why you need to make sure you put your stop loss below the last swing low. And right now, we found that we bounced perfectly off the 0.5 fib level. And we reclaimed the 382 as support, and we weren't able to come down back to the 0.5 level. So, this is a perfectly valid trade to be in. Even still. Let's go to the 3-minute on Ethereum. The 3-minute showing signs of strength, guys. It really is showing signs of strength. Let's go to the 4-hour. The 4-hour is indeed showing signs of strength in my mind, guys. Is indeed showing signs of strength in my mind. Yeah, this on the 4-hour, does this not look nice, though? Does this not look nice in the moment? Let's go to the 1-hour. The 1-hour is not giving me much conviction, guys. Let's go to the 24-minute. 24-minute is looking kind of nice. The 24-minute is absolutely looking kind of nice. The 55 EMA is our resistance right now. But, if we can get this VWAP to cross up like this, then that would give us the bullish divergence that has played out. And, it's looking pretty nice. Victor wants to know, where do I choose? Sorry that the coupon code is out already, guys. Yeah, there were only 6. There were only 6 sessions. All right, guys. Because I love y'all, I'll make you another coupon. I'll make you another coupon. Let's make a new one. What should I call this coupon? What should I call the coupon, guys? Come on in the chat. What should this coupon be called? Give me a name. Yeah, Count Zeppelin. Bitcoin still has a higher low on the 4-hour. Hence why I'm still long on the corn. I'm still long on the corn. Up 21%. Short on the corn. Up 182%. Long on Ethereum. Long on Ethereum. Still up 198%. My Ethereum long, even during this dump here. And then my EOS long is up 600%. Sheesh. Sheesh Louise. Oh my goodness. Blue Skies, Jesus King, Zero, MC Nation, Casper Coupon, Better Late Than Never, Bitcoin Rules, Tractor Trader 25 is the winner. Tractor Trader 25, shout out to Jason Robertson. Tractor Trader 25 is the winner. No, I'm sorry, Andy S. Big Butts Happy Coupon. Yeah, we're going to do the Big Butts Happy Coupon. Yes, Big Butts Happy Coupon. That is the winner. Shout out to Andy S. Sorry. I'm going to change the O to a Y like I think it should be. And I'm going to make it all one word here. Big Butts Happy Coupon. And we're going to give this a percentage discount for good old 25%. Actually, 25%. And then we'll make this thing expire tomorrow. And I will only allow it to be used how many times? Let's do it 10 times. 10 of y'all can use this Big Butts Happy coupon. And then there's the 10% discount code. There's a 10% discount code. Here we go. There you go. 10 people can use that code. And then after that, there's the Jason Casper's cool 10% discount. Pop it in. All right, let's see. Woof, Ethereum. Coming down. She's coming down, y'all. She's coming down. And look at this. Look at Bitcoin. Yellow X's galore. Yellow X's galore, dropping on down, dropping on down. That's what we want to see, Bitcoin. We want to see like an impulsive, massive dump drop. Man, guys, I'm really going to have to head out, though. I'm really going to have to head out. I've been saying that for like 3 hours. How long has this stream even been on? Interesting. Johan de Ush says 18,000 Bitcoin inflow on Bitfinex. When would you enter a short? So, like, honestly, I would only enter a short on the way down if we get a very clear retest. So, honestly, like, it's tough because these sub levels here are tough for me. They're tough for me. But you want to see us break down through the support, come up, retest, and then reject again. So technically, you could have shorted this here, but we're talking such small moves. We're talking such small moves, and yeah, I would want to wait for a more significant place to short from. Like I would like to only short from these main fib extension levels. That's just me. That's just me. All right. Luis Rivera says, I love how you say people's names. You can't read. Shout out to Luis Rive A. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Shout out to Andy S. Thanks, bro. Appreciate the kind words. Okay, Victor, I'll answer your fib question. I will answer your fib question. Here we go, guys. Here we go. The way you determine where to pull your fib from is you're basically going to look for a swing low and a swing high. Okay, you're going to look for a swing low and a swing high. And it doesn't have to be any specific swing low or swing high, but you could pull it from multiple places. Like, so you could pull it from here to here. Then, okay, that trade was stopped out, guys. That trade was stopped out. Next, be looking for this. Swing low to swing high, and you could do it like from this swing low down here to that swing high. You could pull it from this swing low to the swing high, and really you'll be looking for like confluence, right? You'll be looking for things to line up. So like, if you see that, like from that first swing low to the swing high, you got the 618 there, and then you pull it from this swing low to this swing high, and you notice, okay, hey, look, the 0.5 and the 0.76 and all these supports kind of line up together, then you can get a nice zone of support or resistance right there. It's a little bit subjective. It's a tad bit subjective. Here we go. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, we have the blood diamond on the 2-day. This is very intense, guys. You know, this is super intense. Oh man. You know what's crazy is even though we've had this massive dump on Ethereum, I'm still my long is still like doing really well. Because the last time I added to my Ethereum trade, I added to it at about 4,050, and so we're still there. We're still there. Whoa, whoa, Charlie. Alright guys, I'm so sorry. I have to cut this stream. I pray that the Lord blesses all of you. I appreciate all of you guys for being here. I will see you guys tomorrow. And my long ETH entry was pretty low. This is interesting. So Bitcoin's coming up, getting a rejection now. Oh man, I love watching the charts, guys. I could literally do this all day, as many of you probably do. But anyway, guys, God bless, and I will see y'all, Lord willing, in tomorrow's video. Peace. Thank you, Alex Smith.